This is Bookmaps. 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 Bookmaps.
Thank you. That was a good idea, actually, probably doable, especially in spring in Tallinn. But we are Bookmaps, and our idea is to map things, what you recall, or your ideas, what you get when you are reading a book. And you can also see what another person has mapped, and maybe you would like to preview a book upon that kind of experience. Maybe you want to buy this book later from Amazon. So this is a basic idea. And the idea dates back for me when I was reading one very good book about communications, and I had a wealth of ideas, a lot of them. I wrote them down on margins of a book, and then I just really thought that later I will find it very valuable. But then someone borrowed this book from me, and I never have seen it again, and all my ideas are lost today. So it would also be a good memorizing device to have some place to map out the ideas about things you have read. So you can see here a demo version which is actually kind of working, but the bells and whistles like authentication and some things like that are not working really well. So you can see that you can actually define categories yourself, how you structure a book, what kind of things you want to see and remember from this specific book. Maybe you want to map out all the jokes, or maybe you want to geotag it, or maybe you want to add some pictures or whatever. And then you put it up there. And if you go to timeline view, you can also see when it happened, or in what kind of part of a book this kind of thing happened that you got this idea. And now there is a beauty in it. Basically you can have some scientist like Michio Kaku, who is a very famous physicist. You can actually ask him to be a featured reviewer of some kind of books. You could actually see how this person is reading something like poetry maybe, or maybe a science book or a non-fiction book, and you could then trace how his ideas flow, because no one ever reads the same book as another person. Everyone has different things. And also I have mapped here for you such a story as Little Red Riding Hood. Again, you can see you can actually have a wealth of connections which are pretty personal. If you go to philosophy, you can see that some person, me, not very smart in philosophy, but I can still have my own philosophy. I can see maybe connections to things. And I just remember that Umberto Eco has said something about Little Red Riding Hood being a good metaphor for politics and political communication. So in this respect, we think this has a future, and we think that it is also with a good revenue model if you can recommend books to Amazon, through Amazon. Thank you.
Thank you. Woo! So, time for questions. Theory, please. Yeah.
Is there any similar services already around?
Yeah, there are one which actually has very many similar things, which is Quartista, which is also an Estonian startup. And we actually think that maybe they would like to talk to us. Maybe we can find something to have something in common. But at the same time, it's not totally similar. We are taking really texts, a book, which is the object of all the other ideas and connections. And at least our research didn't show anything exactly similar.
Thank you. So, time for at least one more question. Do we have Quartista? Maybe you want to ask a question? No? Okay. So, yeah, everything is so clear, isn't it? So, okay. Thank you. May I see your team? Please stand up. Bookmaps. Yeah.
We had a very small team, so thank you.
Thank you.